This summer, I went back home to Kenya and I came back a different woman. There was nothing dramatic that happened, no big breakthrough or breakdown or anything like that. But sometimes you have to go back to where you started to remember where you're actually going. That's what this video is about. Before I tell you about Kenya, I have to be honest with you about where I was before we left. I was tired. I had started a new job and everything about it was great. However, the job required me to commute long hours to work. I was working the evening shift, and by the time I'll get home, like around midnight, I'll spend a couple of hours trying to unwind, sleep late, wake up late, and then do it all over again. My system was trying to adjust to the new routine. No workout, no time to do the things I enjoy doing, like going for walks. No space to be creative, no energy to build my brand. You might have noticed that I went quiet on this channel. That's why I wasn't giving up. I was actually running on empty. I was trying to keep up with work, family, and building my brand. And somewhere in the middle of everything going on, I lost my peace. And then we got on a plane to Kenya. We went back for something incredibly special. You see, 19 years ago, when my husband and I got married in America, our families couldn't be there. They couldn't attend. So our parents, our siblings, aunties, uncles, my grandma, they were all in Kenya. They couldn't attend. So we got married without them. We had to do what we had to do at that time. So this summer, we finally took the wedding to them. We had our traditional marriage ceremony. Probably you've seen the video in my channel. It was beautiful. So the traditional marriage in the village, we were surrounded by the people we love, our mothers, our siblings, uncles, extended family we hadn't seen in such a long time, friends who showed up to celebrate us. There were speeches, the food was so delicious, and the traditional dancers kept everyone on their feet. My kids witnessed their parents celebrate love. Hopefully, they learned something about the value of a good marriage. And the grandparents, they saw the cousins, the grandparents they hadn't seen in a long time. They were so happy. They were able to see a different side of the world, a different way of life. Watching my children experience that, watching them understand that there's more to the world beyond what they know, that was the most humbling thing to me. My husband and I celebrated our love at home with loved ones, and we gratefully thank God for making it possible. Now, when we got to Kenya, it didn't take long before I felt something I hadn't felt in months. Peace. I remember walking around and seeing people on the streets, and they just looked calm and hurried, and they were present. They didn't have much, but they were peaceful. They looked peaceful. I realized I had not felt that way in a long time. Here, I always find myself busy. I'm always running, always trying to keep up with work, with responsibility, with what I'm trying to build. There's always something to be done, something to do, somewhere to go, someone that needs something. Mainly because we do not have extra help or family closely. In Kenya, however, I could breathe. My appetite came back. I slept well. I laughed more. I reconnected with my sisters in a way that just filled me up. I saw my aunties, my brothers, my siblings, family faces, familiar places, childhood memories in every corner. I felt like myself again. And that told me something important, that the version of me that had been showing up for the past few months, the exhausted, tired version, that was not me at my best. That was me surviving, and I deserve more than survival. There was one moment that I keep coming back to. I remember we were in Mombasa, where I grew up at the beach resort. Well, I didn't grow up at the beach, but we were at the beach resort at this one. I was sitting by the ocean, the breeze was coming in, and music was playing. And for the first time in a long time, I felt peaceful. I just sat there listening to the waves and thinking. And what became very clear to me in that moment was that I want a different kind of life. Not a completely different kind of life, but I love my family. I love what I do. I just want time freedom. I want to build wealth that doesn't require me to trade every hour of my life for a living. I want to focus more on investing in the things that will give my family options. We met friends in Kenya who are doing exactly that. They own businesses, they own real estate. They are building something that works for them, not the other way around. And sitting there at that beach, watching the waves, I thought, that's what I'm building towards. That's why this channel exists. That's why I keep showing up even when it's hard. I do it because I haven't tapped into my full potential yet, and I'm not willing to pretend otherwise. Leaving Mombasa was hard. I won't lie, I was sad saying goodbye. Sad leaving my mom and my siblings and everything I've known from childhood. Sad leaving that peace behind. But on the plane from Nairobi back to the US, something shifted. I wasn't sad anymore. I was fired up. I was fired up because I had seen what's possible. I had been reminded of who I am when I'm not depleted. And I had gotten very close on what I'm building and why it matters. I came back with a plan. And I came back to this channel with a renewed sense of purpose. So here's what this summer reminded me. Sometimes you have to stop. Not give up or quit. Just stop. And let yourself rest long enough to remember what you're actually doing this for. The exhaustion you're feeling right now is not a sign that you're failing. It might just be a sign that you need to go somewhere, either physically or mentally. Somewhere that reminds you of who you are outside of your responsibilities. Rest is not the enemy of your goals. Sometimes rest is exactly what your goals need from you. I came back from Kenya clearer, more intentional, and more committed than ever to building the life I know is possible. And I'm glad that you're here for it. So, if you've been feeling like you've lost yourself in the busyness of life, I see you. And I want to ask you something. When was the last time you did something that reminded you of who you are outside of everything you're responsible for? Drop it in the comment below. It doesn't have to be a trip or something like that. It can be a quiet morning, a conversation, a walk, or a moment. Tell me. I'm reading every comment. And if this video resonated with you, please subscribe, because this journey I'm documenting in my channel is just getting started. See you next week.